there, folks, and welcome back to Are We There Yet with the Forest. I'm just going to quickly say it's coming home. We'll move on straight from that then. We're on the board screen. Money is good. Basically £32 million in the bank. Expect it to go up to around, it'll go up quite high when we get the prize money as well, because things are going quite nicely. You see there, owner status. Socrates Kominakis is willing to listen to us for the club. The proposed board takeover fell through. Apparently there was not enough money in his coffers to buy the club. You can see this graph of finances. That's getting fairly steep. You wouldn't be able to climb that without a Stana stairlift. Other stairlifts are probably available. Where shall we kick off then? The January window is about to come to a close, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to introduce you to two new signings with the club. Luis Morales has joined on loan, fullback. There's reasons behind both acquisitions. He's probably not good enough because technically, League Two beckons, doesn't it? But physically and mentally, he's got a lot of boxes ticked. So he's on loan for Betis, only for 2 months, and again, I'll explain why in a minute. Mikael Dessler's joined from Celtic. He's okay. He's actually got good decent value. We paid 2.8 million for him. He's only come in and played one game, and again, explaining why just a moment, but he's again a wing-back option for us. Naturally can play at wing-back as well. Not inverted because he is right-footed. Obviously, inversion, you'll need to be left-footed to play on the right side and vice versa, but it is what it is. The reason behind those signings from this screen is obvious. Skidoni picked up an injury and going straight for 2 weeks, and there's no way that Mr. Phil Afosu AA is capable of covering us in that position because I said League Two beckons for one of the lads. I mean, this guy is, he'd be lucky to play in League Two, to be quite honest. So, yeah, that's the reason for that one. And Hardevel, the backup to Hartlebury, injured as well, and he's out for some time, 6 days to 2 weeks. 3 weeks. He fractured his lower arm, which is hard to do, but he did it. So we brought in a left back, Luis Morales, who is better than the only other option we'd put there is Tyler Blackett, and oh my. So those are the signings. I don't really see the need to strengthen the squad any further. We'll have a look at performances. You can see, if you ignore Apai, who's only played 3 games, you probably want to, let's not take Brereton out because he's actually starting to make the starters, shall we say. But you can see their goals certainly top of the bill for Sheldon, DeMarca, Zivkovic and Brereton. Zivkovic winning, of course. If you didn't see the tweet, he's actually won. I think it'll show it here. European Golden Boy 2024, Robert Zivkovic. If he goes on to be anything like this chap, Alfredo, then I think we'll do all right. I'd swap him for Alfredo. Probably need to pay less wages. But Zivkovic, with a superb achievement to make that award just for a small price of £500,000 to become European Golden Boy, proves there's good talent in Serbia. So if you're struggling to pick up players when you've just been promoted to the Premier League, do have a look at the Serbian teams. That's a good start. Otherwise, it's going pretty well, isn't it? Matty Cash with 3, Bayonas with 2. So outside of the striking options, goals have dried up, but that's what you'd probably expect as you make the step up to the Premier League. They're decent players, but they're not great players. You can see that Matty Cash wanted by West Brom. Kadoni, prior to his injury, was wanted. In fact, he still is. He's wanted by Palace. No one else is really being touted, let's be honest, hopefully apart from me. But in all seriousness, I've had no offers. I don't think I'm wanted. Let's just have a quick look. I've just given away who we're playing today with Derby County in the League Cup. It was supposed to be Crystal Palace, but just like that West Ham game, got moved. In fact, we still haven't actually played that West Ham game. That's coming up on Wednesday, the 5th of Feb. So that was supposed to be played in October. It's been delayed for 4 months. So yeah, we're going to do the Derby County game. We lost the first leg 1-0, so that's why I've decided to do it, because it could be quite an exciting encounter. You saw us last time out, the 3-4 reverse, or the 4-3 reverse, depending on how you see it, against the Arsenal. Still frustrating, but we'll move on. We follow that up with a 4-1 victory over Bournemouth. They've got a nice little side of Bournemouth. They've got Moussa Dembele, of all people, up front, but DeMarca Brace and a Bayonas and a Brereton goal late doors sealed the win and gave us the points. Leicester then, a fine win it was, 2-1 at, I was going to say Filbert Street. Shout out to anyone who went to Filbert Street. It's not a ground I actually managed to go to before it was demolished. But at the KP Stadium, we went behind, just right on the stroke of half-time, Ryan Sessegnon, but Marcus Shalin with a brace, and then it was late doors, so we won the game there. Fantastic stuff. 4-1 win at Brighton. Again, we went behind, but we managed to come back and win 4-1. So that's a common scoreline, as you can see. 4-1. Zivkovic hat-trick with a Brereton goal as well. And we won at Villa 2-0 to qualify for the FA Cup fourth round, where we face Huddersfield away. DeMarco brace there. 2-1 defeat at home to Chelsea. Felt harsh. We fell behind to Phil Foden. Sheldon equalised quite late on, but even later Mauro Icardi gave Chelsea the win. Our first defeat at home. A little bit frustrating given that we were the better team. Foden's goal was a really well struck effort, and I actually thought that Icardi's winner was offside when I looked at it originally, but having watched it back about 5,000 times in the slowest of slow motions, it was definitely onside. But then, the performance of the season in my book, a 2-1 victory at the City of Manchester Stadium, at the Etihad. What a display. 2-1. Sheldon and Bojonas with the goals. Two players that sort of epitomise what we've done at this club. Both brought in while we were in League One. And superb. Jordan Fenwick, if you're interested in who he is, he's quite a decent English striker. Youth Academy product from, I assume, from the Man City Academy. Indeed he is. So, yeah, I mean, he's just breaking it. Maybe they treated us with a little bit of disrespect by playing him, but he actually played well, although he should have done better than that, to be honest. He missed a couple of sitters. But it is what it is. We've actually taken 6 points off Man City this season, so happy times. 4-1 victory over Huddersfield. Was never really in doubt, although it was 1-1 until the 74th minute when Zivkovic gave us a 2-1 lead, and that just developed from there. Then Sheldon scored and then Brereton in stoppage time. A 1-0 defeat at Pride Park. Really disappointing. We were worthy of at least a draw to go into the next leg, but obviously we don't do draws. Harry Suter with a goal from a corner, I think it was, and we just couldn't really get going. You see the strike force, 6.4 the best. That was DeMarco, who was taken off shortly before the hour mark. 6.2 for Brereton and Sheldon, really, really poor from the forwards. But then we went away to Middlesbrough in the Premier League and did it when it counted. Brereton and Sheldon with goals before a Ladji Yao penalty for the consolation for the Borough. And that leaves us nicely into the second leg of this cup tie. We could face either Manchester, I think it's Arsenal actually. No, it's not. It's Chelsea or Manchester United. It looks like it's going to be United in the final. Fingers crossed. Premier League wise, we're in fourth place. We've survived. 40 points. That's a distant memory. Whether or not we can actually push on. I mean, we've got a nice, good buffer over West Ham and Arsenal, the teams in fifth and sixth. So if we can finish in fourth place and secure a Champions League place, albeit a qualification place. Actually, no, it isn't anymore. No, straight in. I remember the rule video I did. Straight into the Champions League. So if we can manage that, then happy days. But there's a lot of football still to be played. 15 games to go. You can see the fixture-wise, they're starting to bubble up a little bit. We've got a couple of games off before we go back to Premier League action. Nice few home games, though. Last time I remember having loads of home games in a row. I wanted to win them all, and we didn't win any. We drew them all. So that said, if we draw against West Ham, they don't win either. So we've actually got 4 home games in the league out of 5. Just a trip to Turf Moor in between there. It's going to be tight. It's going to be an exciting end to the season, I think. It's beautiful not to be down here, which is where I expected to be. You can see, I think the season preview will still have us at 1,000 to 1. Indeed, it does. Rock bottom. It's just crazy. All promoted sides. West Brom were the champions, of course, in the Championship with us. 33 points. They're going to stay up, it looks like. Leeds definitely going to stay up on 36. And ourselves making great strides on 48. That's a real testament to how strong that Championship was last season. I pointed it out at the time. 4 teams to get over 90 points in a league season. It's unheard of. Anyway, we're not focused on the league today. It's League Cup semi-final time. We're 1-0 down. It's half time. We're 1-0 down. We need to fight back into this tie. I'll see you pitch side in just a moment. Here we go then. The City ground packed to the rafters, assumedly. In goal is Virginia. Blackett comes into the centre halves with Holmes and Parsons. Blackett is in because of an injury to the other guy who usually plays there. Can't remember his name. Baldwin's injured. There we go. Dessler, the new boy, starts at right wing back. His debut was at Pride Park. Not one that we look back on fondly. Hartlebury at left back. Jonas, the captain, Matty Cash, Brereton, Sheldon and DeMarco up front. Bell on the bench, the key players, Zivkovic, Timms, Quilty. That's probably it. For Derby, Paddy McNair is the only player I know. Harry Suter scored against us. John Flanagan at right back. I don't know anyone else. Let's get out there. Let's rip them to shreds if we can. We should be winning comfortably, in all honesty. We need to get out there right at them and put them right on the back foot. We can't believe we lost. Cannot believe we lost. But here we go then. Our park, our time. Let's go and make history with a League Cup final. Come on. This is a pointless highlight, right? Is it? Better be. Parsons. Where's he going? Where's he going? Nowhere. Don't tell me that's all we've... Is it? Yeah. Pointless highlight. Number 1. Look how unfit they are. We should have play him off the park. Cashie's corner. Sheldon's under it. But Jonas. Book the tickets. Get the buses. Get the banners. Get the flags. We're off to Wembley. Again. Ben Brereton with the goal 5 minutes in. We'll see it here. Carabao Cup sponsorship there. Lovely. And headed down by Sheldon. But Jonas hits it. Well, I mean, Brereton sort of let that go in off his midriff. And, well, goodbye, Derby. Goodbye. You had your fun and games. A few minutes later then, Dessler with this throw into Parsons. Gives it back to Dessler. That's it. Look how nice we move the ball. Ooh, bit of a lofty one, but Brereton, lovely control. Can he cross? Sheldon waits. Sheldon picks his spot. 2-0 inside 9 minutes. Hope you're sitting comfortably, guys, because we're going to rip Derby County to shreds. And nothing would please me more. And here is Dessler, the new boy. I decided we'd go for a purchase just because I went for a loan on the left side because of the injury, purely because obviously Harderveld is the backup and he'll be back. Afosu AA is not good enough. It's a lovely finish by Sheldon. He's probably not good enough, so we need just sort of force the issue to go more long term. You know, although Godoni's a great player, don't get me wrong. We probably need 2 good players in that position. Apologies if you can hear sirens in the background. Stoke-on-Trent's finest at work. Parsons Holmes. And Holmes, under the hammer, strikes again. Apologies, Derby fans, if you've made the trip, made the bus stop hop from Derby to Nottingham. And here's Parsons, lashes one in. Derby's players... hands in the air, fury. It's like the Columbia. It is coming home. Raheem Harper goes into the book. McNair, Reed, long ball. Blackett deals with it. Here's DeMarco. Got the runner. Always got that runner. Brereton works it in. Good save, in fairness, by Moore. Goes out for a corner that'll come to nothing. But we have a 3-1 lead on aggregate now. Inside 18 minutes of this second leg. Corner that finds its way out to Barnes on the edge of the penalty area. He's got 2 men with him. But we all know what's going to happen, and that's straight into Moore's hands. Didn't need to see that, did we? Didn't need to. No harm, but didn't need to. But we'll see this. Moore takes the kick out of his hands, and Dessler's under it. Barjonas now. A little bit ball to nothing, but Parsons wins it, and it comes to Reed. A terrible ball. Blackett, Cash now. DeMarco. Sheldon dropping deep, lovely ball. Brereton slots it home. It's only 23 minutes on the clock. Second goal for him. Poor possession play by Derby. They gave us the ball and allowed us to run through them with absolute ease. This is the pass that it blames. And yeah, I've seen so many passes like that in real life, to be honest. No, being a Stoke fan. Hopefully not next season. DeMarco picks this up nicely. First time pass in towards Sheldon. He brings it down. Oh, the good times are back. A lovely back heel from Marcus Sheldon. I think we need to secure him permanently. Depending on the transfer budget for the coming season ahead, I think we spend it on, or some of it at least, on Mr. Sheldon. We should have a healthy, hefty transfer budget to spend if we do manage to do the other thing. We should hopefully be aiming for at least Europa League football, which should give us a bit of a financial boost. We work the play now. Hartlebury. Ooh. I thought he might have got that one. He's hit the post, like the corner of bar and post, but no goal for Hartlebury. Hartlebury's throw in now. Finds Cash to Barjonas. Moves the play out right. Looking for Dessler, but it was a little bit, didn't quite work out. And Derby breaking forward now. Reed. Virginia. Virginia. Saves. Corner ball for Derby. Nothing coming from this, surely. Miles into the box, but it's headed away. Harper, Cousins, Miles again, Cousins again, out away, Miles again. It's always Miles. Miles and Miles. McNair. Pick Middlesbrough over Stoke, will you? Cousins, nowhere. Just before half time, another corner for the Forest. Matty Cash on the edge of the area. Boom! Matty Cash with the finish. That 1-2 again. Jamie Bargenas finding, although it was from the corner, the skipper finds Matty Cash. Let's see how he winds this one up. Oh, it's a beautifully executed strike. Arrowed into that top right corner from where we see it. Beautifully hit. 5-0 at the half. It doesn't get much better than this. I'm quite happy to take a 1-0 defeat in leg one if this is how we, follow up in the second leg. What can you say to the boys after that? That was excellent. I don't think we need to tell them about complacency this time because, quite honestly, we could probably be a little bit complacent and we're going through. I like the way The Rock is refereeing this game. You're not going to mess with The Rock. Dessler's throw-in finds Cash into the channel for Brereton to go forward to. Crosses nicely. Sheldon's there. 6-0. Goodbye. 6-0. Wembley. Come on. Lovely. Is that Brereton's hat-trick? No, it's not. Excuse me, Sheldon's hat-trick? No. So Brereton and Sheldon have got 2. They really could combine nicely. Matty Cash here sends it down this channel, which we always look to do. This I call it now quality kick and rush. It's not just kick and rush. It's quality kick and rush. Oh, look at the finish. It's going for a Jesse Lingard. Didn't happen last night if you didn't watch the game again. There's one that came over to the near post and Lingard wasn't quite able to get a connection on it before it was cleared from a corner. If Sheldon had been on the pitch, well, would have been over before penalties. Hartlebury, DeMarca loses out. Comes back to Hartlebury though. Crosses towards Sheldon, headed in. It's a Marcus Sheldon hat-trick. 7-0. Can we humiliate Derby? I think 7-0 after 49 minutes is probably humiliation stage has been engaged, but it's a good tackle in fairness on DeMarca. Always at risk of giving away a penalty, but doesn't really matter in the end. Hartlebury's cross, he's got 3 between 2 and heads beyond the goalkeeper. Moore and Sheldon with the finish. We are Premier League. We are Premier League. So then just after the hour mark, Blackett, post, good save in fairness, but should have been a goal. Tyler Blackett. Would have been nice to have someone following up. I think what we'll do is we'll just make a change. We're going to get Luis Morales onto the field. I do like the boy. I think he's got promise. And I think we'll get on Afosu Aye because the game is over. We're going to bring on Paddy Timms as well for Matty Cash. Paddy for Matty. And that's all 3 subs, which is a rare thing. Expected a red injury to appear any second now. 77 minutes then. Blackett over the crossbar. Blackett's missed a couple, could have had a brace, but he's not in the team to score goals, is he? Corner ball for Derby. Dax cross headed away. Sheldon in the D sends it left to DeMarca. He's got 2 to go at. No one supporting him, but here they come now. Red shirts arriving. Tackle, but we get it back. Ooh, must have flicked off the back heels of Sheldon, and Derby can bring it forward. Cousins. Still in their own half, Derby, so we're not too concerned, but they've got a ball on through the middle if they go for it. But Afosu Aye is there, stands strong, plays it forward, but it's nothing doing. Harry Suter, the goal scorer from the first leg, picks it up, and Derby might be able to build something for a bit of a consolation. It's come down this right side with Grant Ward, and headed away by Afosu Aye. Thorne, well, they've got one. Fair play to George Thorne for going and getting the ball. 10 minutes to score another 5, mate. It's ambitious, but I don't blame you. We head it away. We're doing everything right at this point, except maybe 19 here. Parsons needs to be quicker out to his man. It's cut back. No one's really charging down. Look at the avenue they leave open for him, and George Thorne just needs to lash that one in. Right, okay, Afosu Aye with this throw. Be nice to put him to get the last goal of the game. Brereton. Can he get the cross? No, he can't. He goes back all the way to Parsons, who does put a cross in. Keeper's coming forward. He's made a complete hash. Apparently a foul on the goalkeeper though, was it? Goalkeepers get too much protection. Just saying. Because it's true. Last minute of the game then of stoppage time. Ward's corner headed away by Parsons. We may get a chance to break. It's 2-on-2. It could become 1-on-1. DeMarca. And look at these red shirts flooding forward. It's suddenly turned into a fight. Oh, poorly executed. We might get there, but we had such a good opportunity there to break. Parsons, the only player going for it. But somehow Derby come away with this. Marquez, but well played by Jordan Holmes. Finds DeMarca. Going down a bit of a blind alley. There's only 30 seconds to go. Maybe it fooled us into thinking there might be another chance. Or perhaps not. Bergenas, Sheldon, Timms. Ooh, a little bit wide for Morales. He's not able to keep it in. The game did trick us. We thought there might be time for another goal, but 7-1 on the night it'll finish. It is still humiliating for Derby County. We're into the League Cup. Goddamn final. Oh, yes. Yes, I think we can be passionately pleased, especially after rubbing Derby's noses in it, given they beat us in that first leg. Eat it, Derby. Eat it. Right, so we overturned the first leg deficit. We're into a Wembley final, a proper Wembley final, the first of the series. I don't think we can count the Checkatrade win, can we? You tell me. Probably Manchester United, given they won the first leg at the Bridge, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So every game I pick moves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back for this cup final. It'll be Man United or it'll be Chelsea. Both teams we've not been able to beat yet. We've still got Man United at home. Man United are a different class. You see in the Premier League table. They're ridiculous. You know, we're closer to these two, which is absurd anyway, but we're closer to those two than we are to United. Obviously 10 points behind United, and we've only lost 7, although they've not lost any games. That's helpful for them, isn't it? Okay. Do pop a like on there for me. A Derby win over the Derby County side. And a League Cup final to come. Can we produce a little bit of silverware? Look at that, it's a nice pattern. Nice bit of silverware in our first season in the big time. I think we can. I think there might be something written in the stars. I'm hopeful that we'll achieve European football. So catch up with me for the League Cup final on the next episode. We'll recap a lot of these games as well. I'm hoping for several wins. If I'm honest, I'm hoping for 100% wins and maybe the odd clean sheet because we don't get many in the league. Last time we got a clean sheet in the Premier League was way back in September. So it's a good stretch. But yeah, come back for me or to join me for that League Cup final. Wembo calls. Do pop a like on there for me as well for the 7-1 win. Happy days. And subscribe if you haven't already. Would be great to support the channel in that way. Any comments as well? Much appreciated, of course. Players we should sign, players we should sell. Things I'm doing wrong in terms of scouting. I only realised this morning that our scouting package was actually set to none. So they've been upgraded now to the top tier packages, of course. Fingers crossed as well for a board takeover of Oil Tycoon ranking. Excellent. I'll see you again on that next video. Take care. Goodbye.